Hello everyone, it's Lily and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's vlog, I wanted to do something a little bit different that I've done similar stuff in the past, but it's been a minute. And that's giving myself a challenge to complete for the vlog. The challenge for this vlog is starting my winter arc. What's a winter arc, you may ask? Well, according to Merriam-Webster, a winter arc is a time of year that is dedicated to entering a state of extreme focus and discipline to get a head start on self-improvement goals before the new year. Well, it's a little bit past the new year. It is a little bit past the new year, but that's okay because I'm kind of restructuring what a winter arc is to me. Instead of really dedicating myself to this self-improvement journey before the new year, really dedicate myself to this self-improvement journey before the springtime. But it is still winter time and we still have quite a few months to go. So now is the time to lock in, ladies and gentlemen. Here are some of my winter arc goals, okay? I want to go to the gym, let's say 5 days a week. It's really hard to get myself to go to the gym before work and even harder to get myself to go to the gym after work. Where does that leave time for the gym? I don't know. That's one of our goals, is making time, either waking up earlier or committing to going to the gym after work. That way we are going to the gym and getting some exercise in 5 days a week. I want to eat healthy meals 6 days out of the week. And when I say healthy meals, obviously everyone's definition of healthy is a little bit different. For me, I'm mainly focusing on home cooked meals rather than eating out, fast food, microwavable meals. You know, I want to be doing my meal prep and I want to be consistent with it. I also want to show more commitment to my nighttime routine, which has a variety of things in it, but I don't always do everything every night, and I really want to. And that includes stretching, making sure I'm washing my face and flossing, hair care, whether that's hair oiling, a hair mask, my rosemary spray, drinking tea. And the last few things I want to focus more on, making sure I'm being diligent with tracking my finances. This is something I've only started really doing in the last few months. Sometimes I'm like a month or so behind, and that kind of defeats the whole point of looking at where my finances are, how much money I'm spending throughout the month, if I'm on track to be over budget or not. So that's something. And then lastly, my hobbies, which are vlogging and snowboarding, which I have been pretty consistent in, but I want to continue to improve and continue putting time and effort into these things that I really care about. So the goal of my personal winter arc is to not walk out of this winter being shredded and having this external glow up. I really want to have more of an internal glow up. Overall, I just hope to I wrote this down, obviously. Overall, I just hope to increase my discipline and focus and to keep my energy, confidence, and mindset high during the long, cold winter months. Okay, and with that, if you saw my 2026 mood board vlog, then you probably heard me talk a lot about how for 2026, a big goal of mine is to have stability and routine set in place after the past few years of whirlwind adventures, which was amazing, but exhausting and kind of leaves you feeling a bit discombobulated at the end of it all. Now it's time to lock in. How many times have I said lock in? Lock in, find my focus, and at the end of the day, just show up for myself in the ways that really matter. With that long preamble, welcome to Ali's winter arc at the end of winter. Better late than never. This vlog is not sponsored by Bloom, but it should be. Okay, I need to go. It's starting to snow, so I'm gonna wear my line booties there and change into my actual shoes at the gym. Despite doing quite a long-winded intro where I said a lot of stuff, I still don't think I said nearly everything that I had meant to, including that for this vlog and the way that I'm structuring it is that each day I'm gonna film me completing one of my goals. So yesterday I filmed me at the gym. Today I'm gonna film me cooking my healthy meals of the week. Obviously each day I'm gonna try and complete all of my goals, but I'm only gonna film one a day. And so this morning I did wake up and journal, and I actually think that was really a lovely way to start the day. After that I went to the gym and I did an upper body and ab workout, and then I went to the store. And that leads us to right now, where I'm gonna be prepping some of the meals for the week. And like we talked about earlier, healthy meals is subjective, okay? I'm just proud of myself whenever I'm cooking with different ingredients and not just putting it into a microwave, which is what I wanna do. So for lunch, we're gonna be doing tofu and rice with some different veggies. And then for dinner this week, we're gonna be doing pasta with ground turkey meat sauce and broccoli. And with that, let's start prepping this meal. I'm gonna set a timer and see how long it takes me, because I feel like it takes me forever to cook. Set a timer to time myself, but it has been well over an hour. But can you see it? She does look quite pretty. Let's see, taste test. As suspected, it is quite mid, but at least we have something to eat for the rest of the week. I haven't even meal prepped dinner yet, so that's a whole other beast. Hey guys, it's voiceover Ali, and this time I'm popping in to talk more about the finance tracking locking in portion of my winter arc. This is something I started doing a few months ago. What I did was I went on, Google Excel sheets or whatever it's called, Google Sheets, and I just looked up a template for finance tracking. Just found one that was really simple, and this has honestly been really helpful to keep me on track with budgeting, especially because I work for a nonprofit now. I live in a really expensive part of the country, and so I needed to lock in on my finances. I try to do this bi-weekly, twice a month. I'll go in and just go through my bank statement and track what I'm spending, where I'm spending, how much I'm spending. And usually I like to do this at a coffee shop. And while I'm at coffee shops, I also like to work on my hobbies, which, as you guys know, is primarily vlogging. Vlogging takes up so much of my life, but it's genuinely my passion project, and I've mentioned this before, but it's like my creative outlet. So I do find it important to be disciplined with working on my videos and trying to get them uploaded weekly. But this was just a little snippet of me locking in for a few hours. And I am proud to say, since I started tracking my finances in September, January was the first month where I was finally on budget. Hallelujah. Hello everyone. It is now not the next day. Yeah, it is in fact a few days, perhaps plus some more days later. Okay, listen, there were a few things that got in my way. Okay, I went on a date with a cute girl. Can any of you blame me? No. I hung out and socialized with friends. That's important. And now I'm sick. So all of those factors together means I would say, already failed this challenge for sure. I don't think there's ever been a challenge that I have completed. I always start out really confident in myself, and then but I always finish it. I always pick it up again and I finish it, okay? And so that's what we're doing today. Today's segment is my nighttime routine. There are definitely a few things that I like to follow through on every night, and then there are also a few habits or rituals that are more like a weekly thing, like doing a face mask or oiling my hair, which I did yesterday. I forgot to film. So today we're gonna talk through some of those things, starting with reading, because I do read pretty close to, I would say every other night perhaps. With that, we're gonna take it over to Ali's book club. Oh, join me down here, please. To bun or to no bun is the question. Welcome to Ali's book club. Do I ever read down here on the floor? No, I don't. I always usually read in bed, but let's shake it up a little bit. Let's shake things up. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about every book that I read, but I'm gonna talk about ones that really stuck with me for one reason or another. Probably my favorite, definitely my favorite book that I finished last year that I recommended to everyone for a month straight and kind of continue to do so is Venomous Lumpsucker by Ned Bowman. It's hard to explain, so let me read what they said. A satirical near-future A satirical near-future eco-thriller about a world facing mass extinction, where a troubled conservationist and a crooked mining executive team up to find a rare, intelligent fish, the venomous lumpsucker, after a cyber attack wipes out all DNA records of extinct species. I was enthralled by this book. It is our world, just, you know, a few decades down the line, and so it was so fascinating to read through Ned's world building. It's almost an uncanny valley situation. Everything he writes about, he has completely created, but there's so many parallels to our society and the way we live. And it just seems like this is something that 100% could happen, you know, in like 30 years or so, maybe sooner. I could not put this book down. I thought it was so fascinating. Obviously very pertinent to our times. I really look forward to reading more books by Ned Bowman because this was just such a smash hit for me. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, the next book that I would recommend is The Followers by Rebecca Waite. This book is about a mother and daughter duo where the mother is kind of lured into this cult set in the English moors that's led by this charismatic male figure whom the daughter dislikes strongly, and it follows the dissolution of this mother-daughter relationship as the mother becomes further manipulated and dragged into the dark depths of this cult. Any book about a cult I think is going to be very interesting, and this book definitely was. 4.5 out of 5 stars. The hair did not want to stay in the bun, and these glasses are fake, so. Next up is The Indifferent Stars Above by Daniel James Brown, and this book is kind of a really thorough reconstruction of what seems to have happened to the Donner Party, the infamous group that got stuck while traveling through the Sierra Nevada mountains back in the 1800s and resorted to cannibalism. Similar to cult topics, I think the Donner Party is also very fascinating. James really does an amazing job of bringing this story to life. I don't know what I knew about the Donner Party before I read this book, but I think there is kind of this misconception perhaps that they were just really dumb for letting this happen to them, but the story is so much more intricate than that, and I just really felt for these people that, you know, died close to 200 years ago. I could not read this book before I went to bed because it's really sad. It is really sad. I would rate this book a 4 out of 10 stars. Okay, lastly, the last book I wanted to mention is one that I just finished, the first book I finished this year. The Whalebone Theater by Joanna Quinn. 5 out of 5 stars. The book is set in England right before, during, and after World War II, and it follows the lives of these children that grow up in this rich English manor and how they become involved in the missions of secret agents in Nazi-occupied France. I did not expect to love this book so much. I was reading by the end 1 chapter a night because I didn't want it to finish. It was just so good, and I loved all of the characters, and the storyline is so intriguing, and the way Joanna writes is incredible, and I could not recommend this book enough. So Whalebone Theater, could be the best book I read in 2026. We'll see. We'll see what tops this. For the next part of my nighttime routine, we are going to focus on skincare. So I just washed my face, and now I'm gonna do this face mask that I have. Hello. I don't remember where I got this, and I don't even know if it really works that well. And I've had it for probably longer than I should have. It's probably expired, but anyway. It smells like rubbing alcohol. This can't possibly be good for my skin, but I'm gonna use it till it's gone. While this starts to dry, let's talk a bit about my acne journey, because I've talked about it a bit before on my channel. You know we're all about destigmatizing everything. So let me start with, I really didn't have a lot of acne as a teenager growing up, just the occasional pimple. But post-college is when I started to develop cystic acne all along my jawline. And it would go away, it would come back. I tried all the products, nothing worked. And so about 2-ish years ago, I got on spironolactone and also started tretinoin, which is like a high strength pharmaceutical retinol that you put on your skin that makes it peel really badly. And honestly, that duo made my skin so clear and nice. It was so good. I would get so many compliments on it for the first time in years. I stopped taking my spironolactone, not because I didn't want to, but because I ran out this summer in Crater Lake. When I was living in Crater Lake, it was really hard to get anything ever. Groceries, meds, anything. So I stopped taking it for like a month or so, and then I feel like I have just had to start the whole process over again. So I'm actually thinking of upping my dosage of spironolactone, because I feel like the strength I have been using just maybe isn't cutting it anymore. I don't really know, but I have been starting to break out again the last few months, which is so frustrating, especially because I'm almost 27, you guys. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. My skin is better than it used to be back when I was like 23, but it's going through like another phase of just not cooperating. She's not cooperating. She never is. And I guess that's kind of all I really have to say about that. I mean, comment down below if you have your own struggles. I mean, if you'd like. But don't worry, if you are closer to the age of 30 than you are to 20 and you still have acne breakouts all the time, I'm right here with you. Okay, you guys, it's voiceoverly popping in again to end the vlog. Now, did I successfully complete this challenge? No, not even close, not even a smidge. But you know what? I sure did try. Do I feel completely changed coming into the springtime? No, but I'm always proud of myself for even attempting, because trying is better than doing nothing. So thank you so much for following along in this journey. If you have any winter arc tips or tricks or goals for yourself, please feel free to drop them in the comments. And as always, I will see you guys all in the next adventure. Bye. Hey guys, it's Ali voice. Oh, okay. Excuse me.